What's going on YouTube? Chase here at Aftershock Videos, and as you can see for today's deck profile suggestion that was given to me, it is Warrocks. Now these came out I believe in Lightning Overdrive and Blazing Vortex. At first glance they didn't seem that good, and quite frankly I overlooked them myself, but I decided to try to give them a chance, and they're actually not bad. Their spells and traps are above average, if I could say so. A lot of these are good at spamming the field and, you know, a lot of tricks during the battle phase, like a battle phase. It's pretty general, but I decided to start off with a very basic, straight to the archetype, you know, sort of approach to this. So most of it is Warrock stuff sprinkled in with, you know, besides the extra deck, in like I want to say a couple good cards here and there. Most of it's pretty solid by itself. So after this, we'll do a little bit more of a, try to make it a little bit more competitive, but as an archetype itself, it's not that bad. So let's go ahead and go by the card by card. First, we have 3 Warrock Bashilios. This is a level 8. It says, during the battle phase in which your Earth Warrior monster battles, which is all of them, quick effect, you can activate this effect. This card can attack directly this turn, and this attack originally is 2700. The fact that it can attack directly is pretty good. Also, all Warrock monsters you currently control gain 200 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. So if you activate this card right, you can actually attack directly for 2900. While this card is in your hand or graveyard, when your Earth Warrior monster is destroyed by battle, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. And you can only activate each effect once per turn. So kind of also special summons itself, so that's pretty cool. Next, we have 2 Warrock Meteoragons. This one's a 2600 body. Level 7 says cannot be destroyed by an opponent's card effect, so that's pretty good right there. It says when an attack is declared involving this card and an opponent's monster, you can negate the opponent's monster's effects this turn, as well as the activated effects and effects on the field of monsters with the same original name. So if your opponent has a monster with multiple copies, its effects can be negated if it battled that same monster. So that's okay. It says once per turn during a battle phase in which your Earth Warrior monster battles, quick effect, you can make all Warrock monsters you currently control gain 200 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. Also, this card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. So it does give a little bit of an attack boost, which is cool, and then it can attack more than one monster, so that's kind of cool. But the can't be destroyed by card effects is basically its best effect. Next, we have 2 Warrock Skylers. This card is a level 6, 2200 body. It says gains 100 attack for each monster your opponent controls. During a battle phase in which your Earth Warrior monster battles, quick effect, you can target one level 5 or lower warrior monster in your graveyard and special summon it. That's pretty cool. And then also, all Warrock monsters you currently control gain 200 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot attack directly with level 5 or lower monsters. So that does not deal with the Warrock Bashilio, so he could still attack directly if he wanted to. So it's a level 5 or lower monsters, so that's kind of cool. And then plus you get a little monster reborn with it also, so that one's pretty good. Next, we have 3 Warrock Orpus. This is a level 5 on a 2100 body. It says if you control no monsters or all monsters you control are warrior monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing, so that's kind of nice. If your Earth Warrior monster battles after damage calculation, you can send one Earth Warrior monster from your deck to the graveyard except itself. Then all Warrocks gain the 200 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. So it has a little built-in Foolish Burial, so that's cool. Next, we have 1 Warrock Mumud, something like that. It's a level 5 on a 2k body. It says if you control no monsters or all monsters you control are warrior monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing. So like the Orpus. And then if your Earth Warrior monster battles after damage calculation, you can target one spell or trap that your opponent controls and destroy it. So that's kind of cool. So they all almost have their own like little spell built in. So Skylar has a built-in Monster Reborn. Orpus has a built-in Foolish Burial, and Mahmud seems to have a built-in MST. So that's pretty cool. Next, we have 3 Warrock Gactus. If an Earth Warrior monster is normal summoned to your field, you can special summon this card from your hand, and that includes itself. So if you draw 2 of these, you can normal one and special summon the other. If this card is sent from your monster zone to your graveyard by your opponent's card effect, you can special summon 1 level 5 or higher Warrock monster from your hand or deck. That's pretty good. So it's almost got its so this one's almost got its own built-in reinforcement of the army. but it's special summons, so that's really good. Next we have 2 Warrock Wintos. This is a level 4 on an 1800 body. It says if your Earth Warrior monster battles an opponent's monster during calculations quick effect, you can pay 800 life points. Your battling monster gains 800 until the end of this turn. If this card is sent from your monster zone to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you could special summon 1 level 5 or higher Warrock monster from your hand or deck. So almost the same thing, except you can pay a little bit of life points to get a little bit of an attack boost. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Next we have, what happened? Okay. Next we have 3 Warrock Fortia? We'll say Fortia. If your Earth, it's a level 4, 1700 attack and defense. If your Earth Warrior monster battles after damage calculation, you can add 1 Warrock card from your deck to your hand except itself. Then you get the 200 attack boost to the end of your opponent's turn. If this card is sent from your monster zone to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, you can special summon. Alright, so they pretty much got the same thing with slight differences. So this one gets to add to hand. This one gets a special summon if it's sent to the graveyard by opponent's card effect, and this one you could get an attack boost and then the special summon. So these are pretty good amongst themselves. Next we have 1 reinforcement of the army, 1 terraforming because we really want to get to the field spell. Next we have 3 Warrock Dignity. It's a quick play spell. You must control a Warrock monster to activate either of these effects. When a monster your opponent controls activates effects, negate the effect, or during the battle phase when your opponent activates a spell, a trap, or monster effect, negate that effect. So pretty much an Omni negate, so those are really good. So next we have 3 Warrock Spirits, another quick play spell. It says during the battle phase, target 1 Warrock monster in your graveyard, then activate one of these effects. Special summon that target in an attack position, but for the rest of this turn, its effects are negated, plus, or also it cannot attack directly. And then, or special summon that target in defense. Also for the first time, each Warrock monster you control would be destroyed by battle this turn is not destroyed. So 3 of those are really good, especially since they're quick plays. It's unfortunate it has to be during the battle phase, but we'll take what we can get from them at this point. We have 1 double or nothing, 1 Warrock Ordeal. It says you can only control one Warrock Ordeal. It says when this card is activated, place 3 counters on this. When your Warrock monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can remove 1 counter from this card. If you do, draw 1 card. If the last counter on this has been removed by this effect, you can send this card to the graveyard. So since you can only control 1, I figured 1 would be enough, and you know, drawing power isn't the big deal here. We have 1 reinforcement of the army's troops. It says when an attack is declared involving your warrior monster, you could special summon 1 level 4 or lower warrior monster from your hand. Okay, next we have the 3 Warrock Mountains. This is their field spell. It says when this card is activated, you can add 1 Warrock monster from your deck to your hand. So it's an automatic searcher right there. Then it says at the start of the battle phase, if you control no monsters or all monsters you control are warrior monsters, you could special summon 1 Warrock monster from your hand with a different name than the cards you control. That is really good. And I don't think you guys know how strong that actually is until you start seeing it played. Then it says if your warrior monster would be destroyed by battle, you can send this card to the graveyard instead. So it also has built-in protection. So not only does it give you a card to add to hand, lets you special summon during the battle phase from your hand, and then it's got built-in protection. That is a really good field spell. So next we have 1 Imperm, 3 Warrock Generations. I don't know if I need more than all 3 of them, but I threw them in there just to, you know, round off the actual archetype theme. So during the battle phase, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, special summon 1 Warrock monster from your deck. From your deck. That's really good. So this is a great card if you're going second. And then if you activated this card during your opponent's turn, for the rest of this turn, while you control the face-up special summoned monster, your opponent monsters cannot attack except that monster. So unless your opponent has like a lot of smaller monsters, and then you use the effect to bring out the Warrock Bashilios, then not that great, but either way that card's going to be destroyed unless you protect it with the Warrock Mountain, or bring it back with Warrock Spirit during the battle phase. So everything kind of ties in together. It's pretty good. There's synergy amongst all the cards themselves. It just depends on how you draw. So next we have 2 Warrock Big Blow. It is a normal trap, just like the other one. It says, during the main phase, if a face-up Warrock monster or monsters you control leave the field by an opponent's card effect, destroy up to 2 cards your opponent controls. It's cool because it does not say target, and it can be monsters or spells. So that is pretty good. And then, of course, we have 1 Metaverse to help get extra search for our field spells. Now going into the extra deck, we have one Nightmare Cerberus, Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn, one Mega Infinite Check Mega Class, because if we do the double or nothing and something happens, it's pretty easy to get level 4s, then do the whole Utopia double thing. So Mega Collapse could be a problem if somebody can't deal with it with XYZs. We have one Appaloosa, one Access Code Talker, one Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, because it's not, as you can see, it's not hard to spam the field, so this card could come in handy. One Utopia double, one Time Thief double barrel. So next we have one number 39 Utopia, just because it negates the attacks. We have one Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon for another level, rank 4, just to get a big beefy guy on the field. And then for the double or nothing play, we do have number 99 Utopia Dragonar and number XX. Well, hold that thought, because this one is a warrior, and so I don't think this one plays with the number 99. So we will quickly add, let's add the Utopic Dragon. You can special summon it off of the Dragonar, so we'll just go ahead and do that. There wasn't really much in the extra deck specifically for, I don't think there's any Warrock extra deck, so we're just kind of making this up as we go. And then of course the Zeus, and then for the side deck, I just added some bunch of good stuff. I mean, you could add more of this if you wanted to, but you're playing most of it anyway. So we've got 2 Ice Dragons Prison, 1 Imperm, 1 Triple Tactics, 1 Raigeki, 2 DD Crow, 1 Ash Blossom, and 2 Planet Pathfinders. I guess this is kind of a foreshadowing of what I'm going to be adding to the Revamped. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get into the EDO Pro duels, and let's see what this deck can do. Alright guys, here we are in our first EDO Pro match. Let's see what we can get accomplished. Let's go first. Not the best. I wish we had our field spell, but we can set this trap. And then set Warrock Dignity. And then we can normal summon without tributing Orpus. And then if he battles, he can get a dump from the deck. So let's end phase there. Alright, so we interrupted him good enough. So, oh, there's a field spell. Great. Activate. Let's add a Warrock from our deck to our hand. We can normal summon the Wento, so we can special summon the Gactos. So, let's normal summon Wento. Special summon Gacto. If I can click it. Switch to defense. We'll go to battle. And activate it. Activate Warrock Mountain. We'll get a free special summon. Get him on the field. And then main phase 2. We can go into a closed world. Get rid of that taper. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And negates. Okay. So that's not terrible. Let's see, you can destroy 3 things. Oh, you shouldn't have did that. I can't believe he didn't activate Access Code Talker's effect. Alright, we will normal summon Portia. And then I guess we'll just battle. Attack the Access Code Talker. For some reason he didn't do the attack boost. Or the destruction. Activate Portia. Get to add a card to our hand. Let's get grab Warrock Spirit. This is during our battle phase. We can activate Warrock Spirit, special summon in attack. We'll grab the Orpus. He gets special summon. He can't attack though. And then Portia gets his boost. get a direct attack. And we can activate that because effects are negated. Main phase 2. What can we go into? Nothing because we don't have anything in hand. We'll end phase there. I don't know how we were able to topple over the Access Code Talker. He must have not activated it correctly or just forgot, but... Alright, so he did a lot, but didn't accomplish a whole lot. Salmon Great War, Master Fact is activated. I guess we can destroy this first and then activate it. Let's battle. No, I want to keep the field spell. So let's attack the Sunlight Wolf. Not yet. Okay, now we'll attack. Use the effect. Yes, we'll get a dump here. And he's just gonna boost, so whatever. Add to hand. Let's grab a Warrock Dignity. And then we'll send to the graveyard another Bashilios. We'll main phase 2, we'll set the Dignity, and we'll just end it there. I can't believe we're winning against Salamangreats. And this is just the original one. This isn't even the competitive Warrock deck I had in mind. Yes, actually we could activate this. He doesn't control a Salamangreat Link monster. Do I want it destroyed? Warrock. Yes. And then we'll activate effect to get boosted. Oh, he surrendered. I think the Access Code Talker was his best play, but for some reason I think he forgot to actually utilize the Access Code Talker to its fullest. Because he totally could have board wiped me, I believe. But we actually won against Salamangreats from a misplay. Holy cow. So that is pretty good. Alright guys, that'll do it for the first battle with pretty much just a straight Warrocks. I mean, I didn't even use the Imperm or the Metaverse, so that's pretty good. But let's go ahead and get into a little bit more of a revamped deck. Alright guys, so here we are with, I think, a more revamped competitive version of the Warrock deck. I didn't change a whole bunch. I did add in the DPE package with the Celestial, Dasher, Anaconda, and DPE, of course. Also added in an Ice Dragons, a playset of Ash, a triple Tactics, and I believe that's it. In the extra deck we added, since we do get into Bashilios pretty easily, and with Ash being a level 3 tuner, we can go into a Synchro 11. So we got Trishula Zero Dragon, which is a pretty devastating card. It can banish 3 cards your opponent controls, and then if this card is destroyed, you get into the Trishula, and then you can banish from the hand, field, and graveyard, and then it becomes 3,300. Then another good card is Boral Savage Dragon. If we can get into the Orpus and the Ash, we can get into that with the Nightmare Phoenix or whichever. I mean, that just seems really, really good. We also have in our side deck two more Triple Tactics, 2 DD Crows, 2 more Imperms, 2 more Ice Dragons, and 2 Shade of Brigadine. This would be handy in case you wanted the Time Thief for Doer. I don't have it in the extra deck now, but it is a possibility. Plus, it is a warrior, so that along with the DPE plays well with the Warrock Mountain if you control only warriors. If all you control, no monsters, or all monsters you control are warriors. So that kind of synergizes with the whole Warrock theme. So let's just go ahead and see if this works any better than the last deck. Alright guys, here we are in our second match with the revamped version of the Warrock deck. Let's see what we can do. Let's go first. This is pretty good. Got a Metaverse. We already have the field spell, so let's activate the field spell. Let's grab a Gektos, since we can normal summon him without tributing 1 time. Let's normal summon said Warrock monster. Special summon Gektos. We will set an Ice Dragons, and we'll end our turn there. we can do something about this. Let's ice dragons. Grab a fairy, right? Minerva is a fairy. We can grab another fairy. Banish 2 cards. 1, 2. Yeah, he surrendered. I had a pretty good amount of an interruption on that with the ice dragons. Once he got to the Minerva, gone. And then, just in case, on his turn, if he would have, in my turn, if he would have activated Christian Halka Fibrax, I would have been able to triple tactic talents it. Got my search off of the second Warrock mountain I could have searched off of the Metaverse, and then just gone from there. So, hey, I'll take it. Didn't get into the extra cool stuff that I wanted to, like the Borolo, Trishula, DPE, and all that other stuff. But hey, out of those 2 matches, both opponents surrendered, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. But all right, guys, that'll do it for this episode of the War Rocks. Let me know what you guys think of these down below in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys think or what your strategy would be. What would you put in? What would you take out? Don't forget to check out Aftershock Videos merch. Got some cool stuff on there. Don't forget to check out my TCG player if any of these cards interest you. I will leave the link for that below in the description. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and if you want to support the channel, don't forget to check out my Patreon. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It means a ton to me, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.